With the jury unable to reach a verdict, many questions remain about what happens next.
13 on your side's Riley Mack joins us now live with reaction from inside the courtroom after that mistrial was declared, as well as insight on where things go from here. Riley.
Juliet and Elena, you could feel the tension inside that courtroom this morning as Judge Christina Mims said that the jury reached an impasse, a roadblock that they could not overcome. Family members on both sides visibly reacted, quietly resigned as the judge declared that this would be a mistrial. I spoke with an expert who explained where the case goes from here.
Hi, I'm Andrew Rodenhouse. I am a trial attorney here in Kent County, Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Explain the verdict today.
Well, it was a hung verdict. My understanding is that it was substantially in favor of the defense. They did as best they could to come to a verdict, and they just couldn't reach it.
Explain to me what a hung jury means.
In order to have a jury come back with a verdict, all 12 jurors have to be in agreement on what that verdict is. And if they're not all in agreement, and even if just one person isn't in agreement with it, then the judge declares a mistrial and it's considered a hung jury.
So what could happen from here?
The investigators, and they'll review whether or not they want to try the case again, what their odds are of success, or whether or not they want to dismiss the case. It's possible they could reach a plea agreement of some sort.
At this point, is Christopher Schurr innocent or guilty?
He's innocent. He's innocent until until some finder of fact, a jury or a judge, declares him guilty.
How do you think this verdict, this, kind of no verdict at all, how do you think that affects the community?
When you have all this buildup and then all of a sudden nothing happens, and I think everyone's just kind of deflated by it.
Do you think this will impact the community's perception of our justice system here?
I think they should have a positive takeaway from it. This is how our system is designed to work. And so even if there is just one holdout, well, that's the system. And that's the system our forefathers gave to us. And we're blessed to have gotten it from them. So I'm happy when it works like this. It's just the way it works.
And inside the courtroom this morning, a supporter of the Lioya family said that, bias is the reason for that jury deadlock, prompting deputies to escort him out of the courtroom. Looking at the jury demographics, most of the members were white, while 3 of them also said that they had connections to law enforcement, whether it be through their family or through work. We asked the defense and the prosecution if this was a factor in the jury deadlock, and both of them said, no, I don't believe so. They believe that they had the most fair jury that they could have in this situation. Live in front of the Kent County Courthouse, I'm Riley Mack for 13 on your side.
And we will have continuing coverage of today's decision through 6:30, also online at 13onyourside.com.
You can also rewatch the entire trial on 13 Plus. That's our streaming app. Download on your TV and watch for free.